talk about Australia a lot, obviously, and you are New Zealander.
I was born in New Zealand, but I went to Australia first as a 4-year-old in 1968.
Yeah.
Then I lived there until I was 14, and then I went back to New Zealand with my parents, and then went back to Australia at the age of 21 by myself. So I've lived 39 of my 51 years in Australia.
But what about the citizenship piece of that? Because I've heard that you've attempted to obtain citizenship in Australia, and it's been difficult.
They changed the laws in 2002. Prior to that, see, it's a funny thing because the freedom of travel has always been very open between Australia and New Zealand. But over time, more and more rules have come in. And even though I was living in Australia, it was one of those things, I'll get around to it, I'll get around to it. It wasn't until I had my second son, married an Australian wife. Now I've got 2 Australian children. You know what, I should really be an Australian, because it's sort of kind of like just that worst case scenario thing. If we're traveling somewhere, something goes down, we got to go to 2 embassies, not 1, And I also wanted them to sort of enjoy that part of it too, that, I sort of became an Australian for them kind of thing,
Why haven't they made it easier, though? I mean, you're like the man in Australia.
You're on a stamp, right?
But yeah, here's the thing. It's a funny thing because I am on the list of living national treasures for Australia.
Wow.
I am, as you pointed out, a legal tender stamp in Australia, which apparently is illegal unless you're the Queen of England.
Right, it's you and the Queen.
But I'm on the stamp. And you can post a letter with me. Just got to lick the back of my head. We'll get
fill in your punchline there, yeah. The line forms right over under the.
Yeah, and like they gave me the Federation Medal in 2000 and stuff like that for services to the arts and everything. So it is a very odd situation. And when I've approached it, because I haven't actually, I haven't officially given them paperwork, because you can have many conversations about it first and find out where it's at, because you don't want to be on the list of people who have applied and been formally denied, because then that's just going to create extra hassle, And they changed these laws, and I wasn't in the country for the majority of the time. I think you have to be there for at least 10 months in 2000, 2001, 2002. Now that was an extremely busy period for me. That was, not only was I shooting movies, I was also doing academy campaigns for Insider, for Gladiator, for Beautiful Mind, and so I just wasn't in the country. Wow. And so I don't fit easily into it. But the reason that I talk about it is not because I couldn't do, a nudge, nudge, wink, wink deal.
Yeah.
I would think that's what you do. But just walking with your book of stamps with your face on it and just...
But I'm just
Maximus.
I'm just not that guy.
Yeah.
Because it's unfair. It's an unfair situation that burdens what they estimate at the moment is like 250,000 New Zealanders who have made a life in Australia, have children, have jobs, are taxpayers, own real estate, are contributors to society, but they're completely cut off. They have no access to medical services. Their kids don't have access to tertiary education. And that's why I bring it up, because sooner or later, somebody will come along and say, this is actually completely unfair and we need to change it. But if I do the nudge, nudge, wink, wink, then I'm bailing on 250,000 other people.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click here for more videos.
And make sure to catch new episodes Friday at 9 p.m. on HuffingtonPost.com.